Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman here with the Strat-O-Matic Network, and I am here for a pre-game only of the Arizona Diamondbacks at the San Diego Padres, which is scheduled already for tomorrow at 1 p.m. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and that will be, of course, 10 a.m. West Coast and 11 a.m. Spokane Steve time. And I just thought I would do, it has taken me a minimum of 30 minutes to set up these games because there's so many players. There are from 35 to 40 players on each of these teams. Because there's so many additional players. But I had an easier time of it with these teams. I think I only had to look elsewhere for one player, and one pitcher hardly pitched, two actually, I think for the same team, but I didn't. I'd have to go to the card viewer app. I didn't opt to do so on these folks. What I thought I would do is also tell you that Spokane Steve has committed to submitting to an interview. And believe it or not, as if by magic, I have already set it up. Now, he's already done a game with me. Somehow I was able to connect with him. So I'm going to connect with him at his broadcast tomorrow that he does, and text him and tell him to get send me an email. I'll send it to him by email. Otherwise, I'd put it in the description and the live chat. I'd be more than glad to do for him. He's done it before with me. Shouldn't be a problem. This will be in 4 days. It'll be Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time and 11 a.m. on the West Coast. And that'll be noon, dead noon for Steve, Spokane Steve, and I'll have a lot of questions for him. And most of them will be about Strat-O-Matic. But I think I like to do a well-rounded interview and touch all the bases, if you will. And get around to that. So back to this game, which I have set up. I thought it might be nice for me to let's start with Arizona. This game is Arizona at San Diego. And I didn't realize Arizona was so bad a team. They lost 110 games. It's a lot of games to lose. But they're going to have Madison Bumgarner starting. He has a pretty dramatic last name and actually a pretty dramatic full name, Madison Bumgarner. He doesn't look that great though. Maybe he got better. And he's going to be the starting pitcher. You can see very well that I have managed to put him on the top there. Let me go through these folks. And if you're watching on a desktop, it's much better. The leadoff batter will be Josh Rojas. Josh Rojas. And you can certainly take a look at him and share with me perhaps what you think about him. Rojas. Maybe some of you could tell me, I'm not going to look these up, but you could tell me, who is he? looks like he plays a lot of positions, and he's pretty reliable with the bat. Not great, but reliable, has some power, strikes out a lot, a hell of a lot. But it looks like he's a good hitter. A lot of doubles for 484. Here's your leadoff hitter, Josh Rojas. Bumgarner was on the downslide. His performance in the 2014 World Series was as good as any pitcher ever. Wow, I believe you. So he's a veteran here. For those of you who might wish, first let's take a look at Bumgarner's side here. Look at him against left-handers, folks. He's a southpaw. So you can see some of that coming out there. He has some home runs though on the 11-12 too. But there's Madison Bumgarner. Endurance 6 plus 1 hold. A 2E10. A hothead. Well, with a name like Bumgarner, I can understand. So there's Bumgarner. Again, the leadoff hitter is Josh Rojas. .6'4", 240. Holy shit. Let me check this guy out. Let me check this guy out. Whoa, he looks like a hothead. There he is, everybody. Madison Bumgarner. Really? Well, he's a 1 WR this year. But back to Josh Rojas. I've heard the name. I've heard the name. Josh Rojas will lead off and play shortstop. Okay, no takers on Rojas. Batting second, and please excuse the pronunciations, Ketel Marte. 318, good hitter. 14 homers, good power. This is with 340. When I say with, that's at bats. 29 doubles. Looks pretty good hitter. And he will be playing center field. So it's Rojas at short, leading off, Marte in center. Batting third is Christian Walker. 401 at bats. First baseman, 244, 10 homers, decent, power, a lot of strikeouts. I would say overall pretty journeyman. I don't know what the rest of his career was like. And this will all be tomorrow, folks, at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's 10 a.m. on the West Coast. I got it all set. So it's Rojas leading off at short, Marte batting second in center field, Christian Walker at first base batting third, and batting cleanup in left field, David Peralta. 259, 8 home runs, with 487. Left fielder, pretty journeyman player. Batting, I'm going by this year's. You may know some people. I'm not even going to try the first name here. He's batting fifth and playing third base, Cabrera. I'm not even going to give it a try. I know when. Okay, 230 hitter. Okay. Batting sixth is Eduardo Escobar. I know I should know these plays. 28 long shots in 500 with 549, if I say in or with. 253 average. A lot of strikeouts. Knocked in 90. And Cabrera will play, Escobar will play second base. Batting seventh is Pavin Smith, or Pavin. He's in right field. Batting eighth is Stephen, I don't know if it's Voigt or Vought. Whatever it is, I'm sorry for him with that name. Vogt, or Vought or Voigt. Stephen Vote. Stephen Vogt. Stephen Vogt. Thank you, Joel. And I'm not really into, I'm just into the Strat-O-Matic aesthetic. I mean, I could show you the advanced side, but I really don't think so tonight. I think we're just gonna, and that's gonna be the lineup with Bumgarner batting ninth and pitching, starting. Just to let you know, the relievers that we have available, for sure, we may have others available, but the relievers include, and these are people who pitched in this game in real world. Kevin Ginkel, let me pull up the score sheet so you know from Baseball Reference, so you know I'm on the right page here. Kevin Ginkel pitched 1 inning, allowed no runs. Also available, now Stefan Crichton is not carded, and he was so insignificant I didn't bother with him. Alex Young pitched in this ball game. Also pitching in this ball game was Taylor Clark. So these three people are available right off the bat, but we're going to let Bumgarner go. He had 26 starts. We're going to let him go until he fatigues, or they need a pinch hitter. You know what I mean? And there they are, right up on your screen there. Ginkel 6.35, Young 6.26, Clark 4.98. Clark is about average, but I don't know, with ERAs like that, what are you trying to do? They only pitched 28 for Ginkel innings, Young 42, and Clark 43, so, you could let them pitch like every 4 games for an inning, and then if you use them more than that, you'll overuse them. So they're going to need other pitchers. I'm not going to even begin to start going through these teams to figure out, how they're going to manage rotations and so forth. But there you have it, and there are the Arizona D-backs, an expansion team that I just never identified with at all. I identified with other expansion teams, namely, when I say identify, I pretty much, was aware of them and followed them just a little bit, the Expos were an expansion team that, and maybe to an extent, the early Brewers, in the early 70s. Never got into, Toronto, even though I thought Joe Carter's home run is as big as any, right? Never got into the Seattle Mariners, okay? Didn't, I guess the Expos, and to a very slight extent, the Padres. Now pitching for San Diego is Darvish. And I saw San Diego's a little better than them. They're about 20 games better, but they're under 500. I think they won something like 72 games or something like that. Darvish, 30 starts. A lot of strikeouts. And he's got those strikeouts on 5, 6, and 7. You may say, I don't see a lot of strikeouts on his card. They're on those spots. And he will strike out a lot of hitters. He's a right-hander. Darvish will be pitching. Now the lineup, and this is relatively easy compared to other games I've played. This is already my 12th game. I can't believe it. But where is this guy? Here he is. Leading off, Tommy Pham. Tommy Pham will lead off. Batting second, and this is all tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. That's not late at all. That's not early. Come on. Fernando Tatis Jr. Or is it Tatis? Whoa, 42 home runs. Holy cow. In 478 at-bats. Jesus. It's a lot of freaking home runs. 153 strikeouts, 611 slugging. And he will bat second and play shortstop. Holy cow. Any commentary on these folks would be appreciated. Manny Machado, even I know that name. Has he been with San Diego for most of his career? 28 homers, 278. Batting fourth. Eric Hosmer. Or is it Hosmer? Eric Hosmer. Kind of journeyman. 269, 12 home runs. Batting sixth in right field, Will Myers. Hausmer. Wow. Eric Hausmer, thank you. Will Myers. Batting sixth in right. Batting seventh, Jake Cronenworth. And you can't expect me to be able to pronounce all these right. Come on, these are proper names. Come on. And he'll be batting 6th. I'm not even going to try on this one. Batting 7th in left field. This guy. That guy, batting 7th in left field. Batting 8th, Victor Caratini. That's got to be right. Victor Caratini, that is catching and batting 8th. And of course, pitching and batting 9th. A 1WR, Yuri Darvish. And that's going to be the ball game. Now this game is going to go on right here. We're going to take these two sets, these two teams, and we're going to take a prearranged, already prepared score sheet. Take this, and tomorrow we are going to rock and roll again for Arizona. This is opening day still. Rojas leading off at short, Marte in center, Walker at first, Peralta in left, Cabrera at third, Escobar at second, Smith in right, Vogt catching, and Bumgarner, the pitcher, batting 9th. For the Padres, it's Pham in center, Tatis Jr. at short, Machado at third, Hosmer at first, Myers in right, Cronenworth at second. That guy, Profar, batting 7th in left field, Caratini. Eduardo Caratini catching, batting 8th, and Darvish, Lou Darvish, pitching and batting 9th, and I'll be right here tomorrow. You all have a good night now, you hear?